Are you ready to lick the ass of today's podcast, Juan?
All around and on that sphincter, yes.
Oh, why'd you have to say the word sphincter?
Why not, dude?
I don't like sphincter. Hi everybody, welcome to the podcast. Off the talk of sphincters, Juan, how you been, buddy? How is things?
What?
How
things?
how is things? How is
things? Things is stuff.
Things is stuff. No, come on, seriously, what's going on? What's going on with you?
I don't know, nothing lately. You know, I just live a boring life that I work and I do a podcast. That's pretty much all I do.
Oh, our podcast is boring now?
I didn't say that. Kinda, I did.
I mean, like, it is, but I didn't say that. So you haven't been doing anything in your spare time?
No, not really.
Nothing. You have nothing interesting to let the viewers and the listeners know.
Nope.
Play any good games? What did you do this week? How about that? Let's start there.
I didn't do anything, man. You got me. You put me on the spot. I have no idea. I've been boring.
You just
sit in a squeaky chair.
Yeah, you sit in a squeaky chair that squeaks really loud in my ear. Stop it. And you do nothing. Or you get put on the spot and you don't know what to talk about. You don't even know how to think. I burped.
Yeah.
All right.
Put me on the spot, Cody.
All right. Well, then ask me how I'm doing.
How are you doing, Cody? How's life? What's going
First
on
of all,
with you?
Don't ask me that question ever again. I can't believe you would even talk about that when you know what's happened in my life. Second of all, things are great. Everything's perfect, hunky-dory. I've been playing Fallout 76 on the beta times. I've been streaming it. It's been going good. Been posting to my blog, the F blog. I've been doing a lot of good stuff. Been hanging out with Becca, recording videos, just having a generally good time. You know, it's been great.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds great. When are you gonna come to Ireland?
January, February, hopefully. You know.
Did you get your birth certificate yet? You little asshole. Nope. You are such a procrastinator.
Yeah.
Go do it tomorrow.
All right.
Figure it out and do it tomorrow. You do this to me. Do you not want to experience the glory of a whole different country?
No, I do. I really do.
Yeah, you do a lot. Trust me. It's great. Guess what I ate today?
What'd you eat?
It's something called Supermax, okay? And
What the hell is that?
It's a fast food place that exists in Ireland. Okay? I think it's Irish. I think it's Irish. It was started in Ireland. But they have delicious like burgers that kind of taste like if McDonald's was better. So like the same type of style, but just like tastes good actually. And then I can hear myself talking. And then we had like they come with like certain fries that are covered in stuff. So I had ones that were cheesy garlic or something like that. They're really good. Cheesy garlic fries and a burger, and it was delicious. And yeah, that's what I had to eat. And you could eat that with me, but you refuse to get things figured out to enjoy the splendors of this green land.
Of Supermax?
Yeah, of Supermax. See, the only thing worthwhile to come here for.
God damn it. Have you eaten any like Irish cuisine? Like,
I mean, like I've had what is it? Bacon and cabbage, like something that's like you can eat in the U.S., but it's something more specific. It's basically just like ham and cabbage, kind of like a cabbage and a meat, and it's like like corned beef and cabbage.
Ugh, yeah,
it's like that, but like proper and not corned beef because it's not corned beef. It's better. Tastes delicious.
Gross.
This stuff is delicious and like it's super good. I've had that. I had bangers and mash, which isn't like something that's strictly. I mean, it's like an Irish food, but like you can have it. There's like nothing here that's weird that you wouldn't expect. There's a lot of lamb that's a.
Where's haggis from? What is that?
That's Scottish.
That's Scottish.
Yeah, that's Scottish. I believe haggis. Gross. Oh, did I tell you about? Haven't I mentioned this before? Did I tell you about pudding?
Like the bread pudding?
No, like white pudding and black pudding.
No, what's that?
So white pudding is like the bits and the fat of a pig, and then you cook it up, and it's actually really delicious. It's just like a little sausage almost, but it's better.
But it's called pudding?
Yeah, it's called pudding, but it's like it's generally based on oatmeal, onions, and beef suet. But in Ireland, it's white pudding it's a substantial portion of pork liver, and pork fat. But it's actually really tasty because it's just like a little round sausage, but it has a better flavor, like a different flavor than sausage. And then there's black pudding, which is exactly the same like type of style. Everything it looks the same about everything like that, except for it's like a darker color, and that is just pig's blood, and it's fried just like the white pudding, and it's actually not bad either. And I didn't know what it was until after I ate it, and it really doesn't taste bad at all. It's weird, but it's good. That's probably the weirdest thing that I've ate. There isn't like anything too crazy. But I had bangers and mash the other day. We made it homemade, which is just like potatoes and sausage like together, and then some onion gravy on top. It was really good. I don't know, like there's nothing crazy, dude. There's a lot more like kebab places and stuff like that over here because there's like a lot more people that have that type of food, and I had a like kebab for the first time, like an actual kebab, and they're so tasty, dude. Imagine like a gyro, but like better and different. It's super good. Yeah. Basically,
yeah. I like kebabs.
Have you had a kebab?
Yeah.
When? Where?
What do you mean? There's restaurants that sell kebabs. There's I've eaten like Middle Eastern. Like,
oh yeah,
that's different, but
no, it's like it's the same. That's what it is, right? Just Middle Eastern like a food, a kebab. It was good. The kebabs here are delicious. They have a place called Abra Kebabra or Kebabra. I don't know. Abra Kebabra, and it's really good actually.
Abra Kebabra?
Yeah, like Abra Kebabra. You ever heard that song?
No.
Abra Cadabra. I wanna reach out and grab you. You never heard that?
You're so full of shit, Cody.
Dude, I'll send you a link right now. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. By the Steve Miller Band. Here you go, dude. I'm gonna send this to you right now, just so you get a little taste of it, and you can listen to that.
I'm not gonna listen to it right now.
No, you're not gonna listen to it right now. But I mean, like later you're gonna listen to it. But yeah, I sent it to you on Facebook. You're gonna listen to that, and then you're gonna make a mini podcast afterwards, and you're gonna give a review on it. Let's get on to our topics, Juan.
Okay.
So, in case you guys didn't know, which a lot of you probably already have seen this, but Blizzcon happened this last week, and there's quite a few announcements for them. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about BlizzCon because there's quite a few interesting topics that we can talk about over that might have some different points that we can go into. But we'll just start off from there. So we'll just go right through it. You got that link I sent you on? You get that thing I sent you? All right. Well, let's just kind of go down the list and we'll talk about some of the stuff that we has been announced and stuff that they talked about there. So there's been some like controversy in some of the stuff, so it's going to be interesting to talk about, and we'll get it a little bit more deep into that. But we'll go over one of the smaller things right now is Heroes of the Storm. If anybody doesn't know what that is, it's like it's kind of like it's a MOBA that is just Blizzard characters, and they actually released a new character or revealed a new character for it, Orphea, and she's the first original character designed for Heroes of the Storm instead of being from a different Blizzard franchise, which is really cool. They finally did that, but it's also weird because the whole point of the game is to be based off of a different, different properties. So I don't know. It's just something interesting I saw.
Juan, did you watch anything on the character?
I saw a little bit of it. Did you check it out?
I watched a little bit of it. I really like that they gave her an origin story though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she has like a whole origin story, everything like completely her own thing. Like I saw some of I saw some of the stuff. She looks like she's kind of like a
heroes come.
Accidentally played the sound of this video, starting to watch it. But she's let's see here. What do we got going on about her? I guess there's not too much. It's just she has like magical abilities and stuff like that. I don't know. I haven't played Heroes of the Storm for quite a while, so I'm not. I enjoyed the game, but it's not been something that I've actually sat down and played. What about you?
No, I think I've played a total of like 3 games actually. And it's just I don't know.
I mean, I've probably played like 50 or more myself, but like I haven't like sat down and like spent excessive time to it.
Yeah, I think if I were to play a game like that, I'd just play League.
I like Heroes of the Storm better than League a little bit, but that's personal opinion. But anyway, so we'll go on to like a little bit bigger topic that I think is really cool, but at the same time not as exciting as it would sound. But Destiny 2 went free on PC for now. It's not like permanent, but for now, if you log into BlizzNet and you click on the offer to install Destiny 2, you can install the game and you will be able to keep it permanently for free, and then later on it's going to be cost money again. But you can get basically Destiny 2 for free now, like the base game.
Why?
Probably because it's not doing as good as they'd want for as long as they want. I played the game. I own it.
Did it seem anything like Destiny 1, like repetitive? Because I played a total of like 2 minutes of the damn game. So
of Destiny 2?
Yeah.
Oh, you actually tried it?
Yeah, I was at my uncle's house and he had it on his TV, and I sat down and I just played for him for about 15 minutes. That's about it. It felt nice. I just don't know anything about the storyline or like the actual gameplay. So
it's exactly like Destiny 1 in terms of like a lot of the styles of gameplay. It's got a little bit more variety and stuff. The story seems a little bit more fleshed out, but then it falls into the same problem where like you can beat the main story pretty darn quickly, and then for me I felt like there was nothing else to do except for PvP. Cause like you can grind like certain things, but like it's one of those things where everything is exactly the same. So like you do the same raid a million times, but instead of it having like a chance to be like crazy different, everything is like the same. Like you have to replay the same missions and stuff again.
I hate that.
Except for they did it a little bit differently now. So like the open world aspect of it is a lot like it's like even more interesting. The worlds are actually pretty interesting to be inside, and I like that part. And you can level up there, and you can get gear from that from doing the events there. But it's very, very similar to Destiny 1. I really don't think that they went too much further than that. And
do they allow you to skip cutscenes now?
I do not remember. Because I played it when this game came out, I got it for some reason. And I played it with my buddy Scott, and I beat the game, and then I just didn't ever play it again. I think this is really cool for the people that haven't had a chance to play it, like to get it for free. I think that's great. I think this is a great time to play it. Like it's definitely worth free. Most games are. Like I'm going to be honest with you. Most games are worth free. Why not? But I definitely think that if you're gonna get it for free, and then I guess there's like the Forsaken DLC made it like like a bit better, like a lot better. There's like a little bit more content to it and stuff. But I mean, what is that? What does the Forsaken DLC run? Let me see real quick. Probably $40. I would assume $40, maybe $30. Forsaken DLC, you're looking at. Please, there's no way it's 50. No, $40. And you can get an annual pass for the whole like up until the game's last update, like main DLC in summer of 2019, so next year, for $70. So it's not that bad of a deal. I mean, it's good if you get the game for free, and then you pay $70 for an annual pass. So you, like the price of the game that you would have played like, but $10 more, you can get all the DLC for and everything. So you're getting everything for $70. That's a pretty good deal. What do you think this means though for the game?
I'm not really sure, dude.
Like, I mean, like, to me, this seems like it's because the game's dying, right? Like, why else would they
offer it up for free?
Completely free out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just probably wasn't doing too well, and they
anymore.
And they have to give a reason for people to want to play it. Because I haven't heard about Destiny 2 for a while, so this is the first thing that I've heard, probably in months, honestly.
Yeah, like I haven't heard anything. Like I've seen like small stuff, but I haven't like really heard anything about it whatsoever since the DLC, and I barely heard anything about that. And then I heard nothing except for like a week after the game came out. I have no idea. I mean, I think this is a cool idea, right?
Yeah, I think it's definitely not a bad thing, you know.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing at all. Even if it is because they have like a dying player base, this will increase the player base a bit, and it will be keep a little bit more life into it. So that's cool.
Yeah.
On from that,
it doesn't seem like a cash grab. Sorry, I'll just end it with that.
No. It doesn't seem like a cash grab because they're not asking for cash. So it's like you can't really say it's a cash grab. You know, it's
yeah.
If anything, they're trying to sell their DLC. Like if people like the game for free, like okay, fine, yeah, do it. But yeah, anyways, on from that, there was quite a bit of news for Overwatch, which we haven't talked about Overwatch in quite a bit, have we?
I actually just played yesterday.
Was it fun? Because I feel like I've wanted to play it just to kind of experience it again, but I didn't know if it was going to be fun still. Did you enjoy your time?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad?
It's Overwatch, you know?
That worries me, though, because, like, Overwatch was good, but, like, to hear... Yeah, it wasn't bad. It's kind of like, is it worth me even taking the time to download again and play?
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm probably not going to grind it as hard as I did, but I'll probably play it a little bit more often than I was.
Play here and there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so there was a bit of news. I don't know if you want to talk about the news here for this?
The new character. I love new characters, man. I feel like it just brings a whole like different dynamic and aspect to the game every time they introduce one character. So
yeah, because the whole meta changes for it, you know.
Yeah, and they're like this new character, Ashe, looks like the kind of character I like to play. She seems like a mid-range like DPS kind of.
Right, like a little bit more of taking a McCree but making it like
more viable.
Yeah, like a little bit more agile in some ways and more interesting dynamics.
She's got an escape. Did you see the escape?
Yeah, dude. I saw the gameplay of her. She looks pretty cool. It's what is it? Like what are all her moves? Do we see all of her moves? I think it pretty much talked about. Like I don't know if it like specifically set out right what every move was.
No, but they showed you. She's got some like dynamite thing that she throws and blows up. She's got her. Yeah,
she has like a rifle, a sawed-off shotgun. She can,
which is cool because that shotgun is like a knockback and like an escape, which is really cool. It creates a lot of distance.
Oh yeah, and she has like a rocket jump, a rocket jump from shooting the shotgun at the ground. Yeah, it's like a really,
Yeah.
it's kind of dope. It's like Quake back in the day or Unreal Tournament or whatever. But yeah, she looks like she's super mobile, like a more mobile McCree, which McCree's so weak. He's like he needs mobility, and so I don't know if this is gonna make people stop playing McCree because everyone always tried to all the time.
McCree has been a bad DPS since the beginning of Overwatch. He's only been good for the specific players who try to master McCree. McCree is not a really viable DPS.
Well, and specific maps. Like, there's some maps you can really get, like, good use out of them, but then there's other ones it's like, okay, he can't escape. He's gonna die easily. Okay, he can't get up to this area really quickly. He's gonna, like, it's worthless to use him. There's a bunch of walls, so you're not gonna be able to use his ult effectively. Like,
but in almost every scenario, there's a better hero. Yeah, like why not play Soldier 76? He's got better mobility. He's got burst damage. He's got overall better range than McCree. Like, it's just there's other heroes that would fit his role better. So McCree's been hard since the beginning.
Right.
Everybody wants to talk about how he's like a good fair counter, but again, I would just rather play Soldier 76 if I'm going to go for a fair counter.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. The hit scan for Soldier 76 is just like, for the hit scan that McCree has is cool, but Soldier 76 doesn't have to worry about any shot missing.
Yeah, I lost you. Hold on.
Anyways, we lost Juan there for a second. So yeah, I was saying, McCree, yeah, him being viable against like Fair or in any circumstance. His hit scan's cool, but Soldier 76, I don't even like Soldier 76, and I never play Soldier 76. Like, even when I was playing, I never played Soldier 76. But if you're gonna tell me which one's like more viable and competitive means, it's definitely Soldier 76 in every way. But I think that McCree, this kind of makes it like kind of what a McCree could have been. So we can go. I got it up right now. Some of her stuff, like a little bit more in depth. So Ash's main weapon is a lever action rifle with 2 fire modes. The primary fire mode spits out bullets fast, and then the alternate fire mode, it's a little slower, and it has a holographic sight for precision shots. That's cool. I guess she has a few abilities. The coach gun is a secondary sawed-off shotgun-like weapon that does a decent amount of damage. Oh, so that's how you create distance. It's called the coach gun. So that's one of her abilities that she has. The next ability is the dynamite, which does a lot of damage, takes a while to explode. And then her ultimate is a secondary support character. When she pops her ultimate, his name is B.O.B. Bob. He leaps in from behind her and runs straight forward. The first character he connects with is smashed into the air, while the other characters in the splash zone will also be knocked away. Other
bum rushes.
Yeah, and he knocks one person up and then like hits everybody out of the way. Although players can use abilities to escape him, if they're hit, they'll have no air control, leaving them open to being picked off by Ash or other characters. Bob will eventually stop moving forward and unleash a hail of gunfire.
What the fuck?
Interestingly, Bob functions almost like a second character in that he can be healed, buffed, and debuffed just like anyone else. So, for example,
like a really
Anna...
broken ultimate.
Anna can nano boost him. That's gross. I don't think that he can even be killed though. So what's the point of healing? Maybe. Yeah, they better make it so he can be killed, or else it's broken. So it's really cool. It's like an interesting character. It's like they took someone that we have and just like added a little differences, but made it completely new character. You know what I mean?
The ultimate kind of reminds me of what's her name, Annie from
League of Legends. Yeah, Annie. Yeah, Tibbers. It's very reminiscent. When I saw that, I thought the same thing. That's funny. But yeah, that's super cool that they have a whole new character. It might make me want to download the game and try it out again because I don't know. It's a new character. I haven't even played since they released the last new character.
Oh man, I think he is such garbage.
The little bald duty or whatever, and the robot. I don't even know.
He looks good and he sounds good on paper, but like in game, I just was shitting on him with Diva. So
Divas will forever be the god, though.
Yeah, I love Diva.
I guess. Okay, so in terms of other Overwatch news, this is stupid, but they're releasing a breakfast cereal based on Lucio.
No, Lucio's?
Called Lucio's. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it.
You would. They literally look like Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks, but just green and yellow.
It's weird.
I'm dead serious, though.
But didn't they already have that in the game?
It was a joke, yeah. It's like based on a joke in the game called Lucio's, but they're actually going to release it as a cereal. And it looks like you have a chance to get like a free crate if you buy it, which is stupid. What a way to sell it, Overwatch. What a way, Blizzard.
Might get a free crate.
It looks like it based on this picture that I'm seeing right here. It looks like you can get a loot, like one free loot container, one loot box.
That's weird.
Way to make people buy your cereal and then throw it away. It reminds me of the Mario cereal back in the day, or any other video game cereal that they've tried that's always tasted not good.
Like generic cereal. It tastes like generic cereal with like a fancy box.
Yes, exactly. Cereal is just, I don't know, maybe this is just my own opinion, but like if you get the cheapest brand of cereal that's mimicking another type, it usually tastes pretty close to the same. And if it doesn't, it's either very slightly worse or slightly better. Is it just my opinion? Like, I feel like there are some off-brand cereals that taste better than brand cereals.
No, definitely. Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
So it's just really weird that I don't know. It's weird that they're releasing this because it's unnecessary. This seems like a cash grab with the loot loot box. Lucio's. Oh, I get the joke. It's fun. People like it, but we don't need that. We don't need it. Nobody wants it. Does anybody really want it? That's what I want to know. Do you want it, Juan? You want it? I'm gonna buy you a box. I'm gonna buy
it, but I don't want it.
I'm gonna buy it, but I don't want it. Let me know if it tastes like ass. I'm genuinely interested.
It's gonna taste like dope beats and bass.
Oh my god.
That'd be cool.
If
you take a bite of it, and it's like boom.
It's like, and like your mouth is like milk's like spilling out of your mouth, like having a seizure as you're eating it. It's terrible, dude.
It's the best cereal.
You pour it in the bowl, and it's like the bowl just shakes from the vibrations. Oh Lord.
Oh. All right, continue. Continuing on.
Okay, so we kind of talked about this, I think, a little bit, or maybe we didn't on the last podcast. I feel like we did. That there's going to be the WoW. They announced that the World of Warcraft Classic. I think we did talk about that. It was playable for BlizzCon attendees, and there's a demo on the way for virtual ticket holders, so people can actually play it. So people will be able to play the vanilla version of World of Warcraft, which is what people have been asking for forever. And Blizzard, for the longest time, used to say... So get this. I don't know if you know about all of this, Juan, but people have been asking for the vanilla, like, classic version of WoW and, like, maybe progression servers where you slowly go through the game and it's years again because people liked it at specific times, like back before it had all this crazy shit added to it. So people kept asking about it, and there was this one point where one of the people that like works on it looked at the guy and was like, "You think that you want WoW Classic, but you don't. You don't want it. It's terrible. You don't want it." And like told him and everybody that they didn't want it. And I remember it was like this big controversy. So basically what happened is there's like there's a private server that was really big and focused on WoW Classic, and it ended up getting shut down by Blizzard. And then Blizzard went and talked to them and said, "We plan on doing Classic WoW. Like, let us know what's going on with it." So that's like one of the reasons why we took you down, because you were so big, and we planned on doing something eventually. So they got that to happen, and everyone was excited. And then they didn't talk about it for like a year or so. And then they said that they probably wouldn't be able to come up with this for like several years from now, like 2 or 3 years, because all that original data from the classic has been like lost, erased, or like modified, and so they don't have that stuff, so they have to like completely remake it. But here we are, coming summer 2019, it's due for release, and then everybody that already has a WoW subscription, like a standard one, will be able to also play WoW Classic and play the original World of Warcraft, what it was, where I first started playing and what I fell in love with.
See, I've never really like played WoW that much. I played for a couple weeks maybe, but since I did play or whatever, I had friends who were playing, and everybody talked about like modded servers where you could play vanilla WoW, and there was like a pretty big following for that. I know that. So.
Yeah, there's a big following, and there's one, like I said, I think it was called Nostralius or something like that, and it had like the biggest player base. And they just got shut down one day. Blizzard sent them a cease and desist and said, if you don't stop, we're gonna sue you. They said don't release any code, don't do anything, otherwise we'll take legal action. So it was a hard time for a lot of people because they really liked the classic, because the people think a lot was lost in these updates, and I think that that's true. I haven't played WoW. Last time I played WoW was actually 2 months ago. I think I played it for a week with my buddy Scott, and then we didn't have time to play really, and then we both lost interest again. So I'm just done with it. I think it's time for a new MMO or something, because it's lost its flair to me. So this is another way for them to try and keep people retained, and I think that's why they finally decided to go with it, because they saw how many people were into it, and they were like, we need to get more players back in, because we're losing a lot. So, but yeah, there you go. So that's that. On the topic of Warcraft, Warcraft 3. Have you ever played Warcraft 3, Juan?
No.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
So it's a real-time strategy. So World of Warcraft spawned from these real-time strategies called Warcraft. Warcraft 3 is recognized as probably one of the best real-time strategies of all time, and they have a complete, it's called Warcraft 3 Reforged, and it's a complete remaster of Reign of Chaos, the original Warcraft 3, featuring improved graphics, a revamped UI, 4K support, and a lot of other stuff. So they are remaking Warcraft 3, and this is just another notch on the list of remakes and remasters that they plan on doing for games that they feel like could be done a little bit more justice because of how good they were back in the day, and they know that they can be good again. So that's just a short little blurb. We'll talk about that one, just talk about the announcement of it. They had like a gameplay teaser that you can see of it. Stuff still has a chance to be changed. But this is Warcraft 3, and one of the modded maps that like people used to play on is what spawned MOBAs. Every MOBA, League of Legends, Dota 2. The original map was like the original Dota started off as a Warcraft 3 like modded map that you could play on multiplayer.
Wow.
So coming back to its roots and getting a remaster. So that's pretty cool. So Juan, talk about the new Hearthstone expansion.
So, I
got like a big thing all up on it.
I watched 30 seconds into the video and was like, yeah, I'm over this already. So I haven't actually been playing too much Hearthstone. It's kind of dying off on me.
Yeah.
I'm getting bored, man. It's getting stale.
It is.
And, I mean, I don't think I'll give up on the game. I've been with the game for a long time now, so I'll definitely continue playing. But with that said, they're just trying too hard. They keep introducing all these new like keywords and stuff, just stuff that wasn't in the game, instead of trying to develop what they already have and further what they already have.
Well, real quick, this is like they release, it seems like an expansion. What, every 2 months? Barely? Like, when was the last expansion? When was the last expansion for this? Hearthstone.
It was the
expansions.
Boomsday Project. I know that's what it was called. I just don't know when it was released.
I'm gonna take a look real quick. So I don't know. I feel like they're pushing out these expansions and these like new single players, and they're doing what you said. They're not focusing on what they already have and trying to improve on it. Like, they're trying too hard to be like Magic that has set up this already standard of stuff, right? And so when Magic releases, a new expansion after however many months it is now, it's like I think they're more staggered apart now, so they actually don't release them that fast. But they don't implement a bunch of crazy new stuff. They have like maybe one thing or something like that, and it's a much larger game, mind you. But they implement like one or two things, and then everything else is just like they take it and find ways to make it so though there's interesting mechanics based off of it. And I think with Hearthstone, they're trying to spread themselves thin. But anyways, continue on with what you're talking about.
So basically, like the last time they introduced a new keyword, it was magnetic, and that was along with the Boomsday Project. Completely new mechanic to the game, nothing like it before. And they released let me count right now. They released 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cards that have magnetic for the entire set. Like, you introduce a new keyword with a new function, and you released 12 cards. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, so I'm the kind of person who I really like tribal decks, and I like decks that I like, work with each other really well. And when I have 12 cards that have one mechanic, like I guess in Hearthstone that's like half a deck, I guess. But
they end up being ones that you can't always even use with each other, though.
No, because not all of them are good.
Well, even if all of them were good, sometimes there are different classes that can use them. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes they don't work well on a certain class, or they don't work well in a specific type of deck. Just because they have the same mechanic doesn't mean that the tribal works the same way.
Yeah, and this doesn't mean that they're not going to release new cards in the next set that have the same keyword. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, like, maybe instead of releasing 12 cards and then jumping to a new keyword, maybe release cards with the same mechanic that work differently.
But you know what it is? It's because they're trying to find a keyword that actually seems like it fits and works good, and so they keep trying them, and that's why they don't release like too many more of the same one. Like, there's some like magnetic. Do you think magnetic's ever going to be used again? Like, barely.
It's based on mech decks, and like
exactly.
How many mech decks can actually fit into the meta?
Well, and then also, each set has its own thing. So this one's overkill, and it's based on when you kill after you kill them. If you have extra damage, you get a bonus. So for everyone that wants to know, overkill. If you deal more damage than its health to kill it, you get a special effect or whatever, and allowing you to attack again or whatever. But they have that based on the fact that this whole thing it's called Rastakan's Rumble. And it's supposed to be like an arena, like they're fighting sort of thing. So it makes sense. Overkill. In the last one was Boomsday Project, and it was all about like mechs and stuff like that. So they had a magnetic mechanic that fit with that theme. They're not going to be releasing, like, each one has a new each expansion has a new theme, and then therefore each new mechanic fits in most with that expansion. So like, this one's about people fighting in an arena, and it's about these spirit things, and it's about this specific stuff, like for trolls and stuff like that. Well, I'm sorry, but where do mechs fit into that? So now magnetic barely has any sort of play in there because you have it so tailored to the fact that it's based on this expansion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't know. It could be good. This could be, something different, but it just seems like the same shit. Like they just keep trying.
Yeah, I think I'm still just like I think the game's just still frustrating because everything's based on luck. Even when it comes when it comes to the game, sometimes the mechanics working, and then also the getting them cards themselves, there's no way to get individual cards unless you craft them, which to craft them you have to get an excess of extra cards that you have, and or break down cards that are good, so you have to take away cards that you have for potential decks to make it so you have a chance to get that. And when you do that, you don't even get as much like magic dust as you can. Like, I get what they try to do, like, oh, it's like selling a card in real life to trade it in for credit to get other cards or something, but it's like people generally don't do that. They would just go buy another card, or they would get like a decent amount for trading credit and then get like 17 other cards, and you can't do that in this game because sometimes the one card you need is just so specific, and it's just everything on this game is so luck based. Sometimes it's frustrating.
How would you feel? And this isn't something that's been speculated. This is just something I just thought of. How would you feel if Hearthstone released like not expansion packs, but like pre-con decks?
Pre-constructed decks?
Yeah, for Hearthstone that you could buy.
Starter pre-constructed decks? I think that'd be super beneficial.
You think so?
I think it would help the people that are coming to this game that have no chance to get competitive become competitive. The same way that Magic the Gathering does it, and a lot of other card games do it. You get like a pre-constructed deck that's decent.
Or even if it was like, okay, I found this deck list online, you could upload the deck list, and then they would give you said price for the deck list. I feel like even that would be beneficial.
Yeah. Or see, because everything's class based too, it's like there's certain things that it's just you could find a way to make money off this still, Blizzard, but then also make it not seem like it's a ripoff to people. And there's like so many things that you could do. One thing that I don't understand why they haven't done, why don't you release some of these tavern brawls and stuff like that as playable modes to be able to play whenever you want with people?
Ah, I know, dude.
Wouldn't you love to be able to set your own private matches with like whatever rules you want in it? Like how you can do with a lot of other card games? Like, yeah, I could see if it was a can we put it in the game sort of thing, but it's not that, because we know they can, because it's inside of like Tavern Brawl, and all you have to do is maybe give like four or five sets of different ones that are the most popular Tavern Brawl type matches or whatever, and then say, here you go. Like, you can select between these five, and that at least gives you a little bit more. But like, not everybody wants to only play Tavern Brawl at specific days. Like, what is it? How long is it open for?
Wednesday to Sunday night. I think it's Sunday night. It's
like 4 days or something like that. So not everyone has those 4 days to play that like available, and then you don't have a chance to play it, and then it's something completely different, and then hope that it's one that they want to play. Like, sometimes people just want to play their own thing. Like, why don't you just make it so you can make a match and have that? It makes no sense why you can't.
Hearthstone has a lot of ground that it could cover, and that it's just not.
But I feel like instead it really does feel like it's picking up. I just looked at the expansion dates, right? Mm-hmm. So April, at the beginning of this year, they released the expansion. Oh crap! Let me see the name of it. I forgot it already. They released the expansion. Witchwood that was released April 12th, okay, of 2018. So then May, June, July, August, 4 months later, they released the Boomsday Project. December 4th, it's Restockin's Rumble. That means that there's been 3 expansions this year for this game.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's actually not bad.
But it's 3 expansions.
How much more of this can they do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's 3 expansions of releasing cards, but not changing any actual like game. You're just adding cards in and a couple of mechanics, and you're just changing the kind of meta of how. This isn't like a MOBA where you can just add a new character and like it ends up being fine. Like, add a new character or two every once in a while, it's good. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to.
It'd be way better, and it would make such a bigger impact if your deck list was not restricted to 30 cards.
Or they made it so there's a mode that wasn't restricted to 30 cards. Or they made it so like you could just choose the rules to be that it's for that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, give people some. Like, this is just the same game with just new cards being introduced. and nothing to make it fundamentally different. I feel like I want something interesting. Like, let people go through, let there be like a multiplayer version of like the Witchwood and the Boomsday Project thing, or the Catacombs, like the single player experience they have. How cool would it be able to like they make something where you can kind of do like a co-op mode of that? That'd be dope.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But they haven't done that. But then like you look at other card games, and like, I know I keep bringing up Magic, but that's like the one that's obviously the most popular and like the most there. Mm-hmm. But you have like Standard, Modern, Limited, then you have drafts that you can do. Why has there been no drafts in Hearthstone yet? I think that'd be super cool. And you can make money too.
Arena.
Yeah. I guess you can go from that, but it's completely random and it's 3 cards, and it like, you know what I mean? Like, you get 3.
Yeah.
That's completely different to me, because you get like 3 sets of cards, and you may never see that card like again that you want to see. Whereas in like actual drafts, you either pass the cards around, or you get like these like certain packs, and you get to open those, and you have that. You know what I mean? Not like we'll randomly generate a pool based on random shit or your class, and then here you go. This is the deck that you're gonna get. So.
I think baseline is Hearthstone needs to do something different.
Yeah, there's got to be something
different. They're just
different.
doing the same shit.
Anyways, yes, they announced at BlizzCon this expansion. It's whatever. It's just another Hearthstone expansion. We talked about the mechanic. There's like some spirits or some shit now that are for some cards that like each there's certain. I don't care. I don't care about it. I really don't. Like it doesn't interest me in the slightest. And then I watched this video that they released that was like supposed to be like a kind of like a little interesting promo video, and it was the cheesiest shit I've ever watched. They were like sitting on like an arena, and they're like, oh, let's see what's going on here, and it's like showing some gameplay, but then like some cinematic stuff and kind of like some story behind it. Has like a little song ditty to go with it, and then it has like and then the guys are like making jokes like, what was one? He said, and the one rule in this arena is that there's no rules, and then the guy's like, you just said that there was a rule though, and he said, yeah, that it's no rules. And I was like, this is the cheesiest. Oh my god, it's so mediocre. But I don't know, it was stupid. Yeah. Cool. So let's go on to probably like one of the biggest topics for me that I've noticed from the BlizzCon itself, and just something that really just striked me as just like, really, like, you're seriously doing this? And it's got a lot of people just in complete outrage.
All right.
Diablo Immortal.
I knew this was where you were.
Diablo Immortal. So right now, I'm gonna tell you, I just tried to look up the video to see where it's at in terms of views and sorry, I'm getting distracted. I had to look it up in terms of views and likes and dislikes, because they first really, where is it here? Oh yeah, so they have it. Apparently, I read up on this. Apparently, they unlisted it and like tried to re-upload it again because they saw the negative reaction that it immediately got. But you can like, obviously you can still see it, but they unlisted it so it's not like popping up randomly like easy. And then they were deleting comments of people talking bad about it. And so for the people that don't know, they released Diablo Immortal, which is a Diablo game for your phone, a mobile Diablo game. And this threw people into a fit, a complete fit. For several reasons. One, because people were expecting Diablo 4 or the next Diablo game, or at least a Diablo like 1 or 2 remake, and they got a mobile game. And number 2, that is literally as if they took Diablo 3, they dumbed it down and put it on a mobile platform and added some different story to it.
Do you think it's because of the recent release of the RuneScape game?
I think that they've had it for a little bit, and I actually was going to talk about that later in the podcast. I was going to mention that again. But which is funny that you brought that up. But I think that it might have been like back a few months ago when they were talking about it. It might have been like a people were excited about having a mobile Diablo on Nintendo Switch. People were excited about having like certain mobile games that have been coming out that are pretty good. I think that they just thought that this would be a good idea to release on mobile because they think that like there's still people that think that like mobile phone games are still pretty cool, even though nowadays most people I think have realized that they're not the next generation of gaming. They're just kind of like something to release, something kind of fun and interesting. But that's not how Blizzard went about and did this. They went about and they made it seem like this is a whole new game, a whole great game in the franchise. It's going to be amazing. It's just a whole new game for mobile that looks like Diablo 3 with different story, and it's dumbed down. Like, there's less skills. The graphics are the same. It's missing a character class. It just makes no sense. It's like it, and people are upset because the type of people that like Diablo are pretty hardcore people, and to tell them, like, okay, I watched a video of they did a Q&A. There's a person that asked a question and literally said, like, he handed the mic and he was like, all right, so I just want to know, is this an early April Fool's joke? And asked this to the developers themselves. And they were like, no, we think it's going to be a great addition to the franchise, and we think based on the stuff that people want. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then another guy asked, okay, you keep saying this is going to be on mobile and stuff like that. I'm just curious, is this going to be something that, you know, hopefully we'll be able to see a port onto PC at least, so the people that want to play on PC can kind of get the story and do that stuff. And they were like, we don't plan on having any sort of thing for PC for. We don't plan on doing that. And there's like some boos from the audience because they're just like, really? Like, you're not going to release this for PC? For all of Diablo fans originated on PC, and they're not going to get a chance to play this, like, unless they want to play it on their phone. And so there's some boos from the crowd, and then developers were like, what? Don't you guys have phones? Come on. And man, it was the most tone deaf thing I think I've ever witnessed from a game company like Blizzard, and the people that are supposed to be like major workers on Diablo franchise, and they know how people are. It was just stupid.
The people are in front of you, listen to them.
It's not what people wanted, and like the main gist of the story is it's not what people wanted, and you kind of spit in the face of the people that didn't want this by not even giving them anything at all to look forward to for this, because everybody's been excited for at least something like a remake or something, and you spit in the face of people by not only saying like, oh, come on, you don't have it, or it's not gonna, you know, saying these like dumb things that you think people will like, oh, this is a great game in the like, you spit in their face with a mobile game, with this franchise that you're throwing into the dirt. Really, you really are throwing it in the dirt because you just dumbed it down even further than you dumbed down the game for Diablo 3. But anyways, the cinematic trailer that they released for it, that they showed at the event, it's got 3 million views now, okay? Mm-hmm. On YouTube. It's got 16,000 likes and 441,000 dislikes.
Holy hell, dude.
That is so many dislikes. That is, what is it, 2, 4, 6, you're looking at like, what is it, a sixth of the people that have watched this video have disliked it.
That's awful.
Apparently everyone talking shit on about it, like I said, has been getting their comments deleted by Blizzard. They had like they tried to unlist their stuff and then make it so the dislikes were cleared, but the dislikes went up again even though they tried it, so it didn't actually work. It like
people just don't like it, dude.
They don't like it. They don't want it. It's been 6 years since Diablo 3 was released. Give them a new game or a remaster. I'm a Diablo fan, so this hurt me personally because I don't need this. I don't. Like I really don't want this. And then the one thing that you could do to redeem it is at least all the people that like the story of it or like have the option to play it on PC or maybe at least Nintendo Switch or something, and you have no plans for it.
It's so shitty that they went 6 years and then the most they came up was like this half-ass shitty mobile game.
It's like it's literally a slap in the face.
Yeah. It's like it's been long enough. We got to do something. We got to figure out something. We owe them something.
So funny thing is there's some rumors that just came out today that apparently Diablo 4 was originally planned based on some people that apparently have some sort of affiliation with Diablo. Diablo 4 was supposed to be kind of teased with no gameplay or anything, but just like a tease at the end of the Diablo Immortal thing. But they decided to pull the plug on it and keep it quiet for now, for some reason. And I think it was because they saw how poorly the mobile game was regarded, and they didn't want to like completely take away focus from the mobile game. I think they knew that Diablo 4 would obviously be more hyped than the mobile game, but I think that they thought the mobile game would be more rewarded better, rewarded. What am I thinking of? What's the word? Like looked upon more well received. And when it wasn't, they were kind of like, oh shit, if we even tease Diablo 4 now, everybody will like not even try to play this game. They're going to just lose their shit and they won't even care.
Yeah, that game will flop.
Even though, to be honest, if they would have done that, they might have garnered a little bit of attention actually more for the mobile game because people would have been like, oh, they are releasing Diablo 4. I'll just play this little shitty mobile game to keep me over. Just like when they released Fallout Shelter before announcing Fallout 4. They were like, I think it was vice versa, but they were like, we have a little mobile game that you can play until Fallout 4 is released. Here you go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that probably would be better. I didn't think of it like that. I don't know. Yeah.
It just says it says even though it says Blizzard was still looking to assure fans that Diablo 4 is in development until some reason the plans just changed. They didn't say why it did, but I guarantee it was because they were upset about the reaction to the mobile and they just didn't want to do it anymore. They're just like, if we say something, you know, maybe this will be looked at, or maybe they thought maybe it would be looked at bad because they decided to like announce that afterwards. I have no idea. I don't know what their thought process was. If that's actually the case and they have Diablo 4 in the works and they didn't even want to give a little teaser about it, even if it's like 5 years, another source I guess for that rumor said that one of the reasons that they think that it was done was because since the game's been in development like 3 or 4 years ago, it's changed already from that time, and they don't want to give people something else that might change again. But it's like every game changes. Like they changed how Diablo 3 was originally supposed to be, and it got infinitely worse. So the worst you're gonna do is do that again, and people still buy your game and enjoy it. I don't know.
See, I've never been like a huge Diablo fan, so I'm not too into that kind of stuff.
Right, I get it. I don't know. I thought it was like the controversy behind it though is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So other than StarCraft 2 got a new co-op commander, which I know nothing about StarCraft 2, and I don't even think it's that popular anymore because it's old now at this point. That was all that was really talked about at BlizzCon, besides some minor things when they talked more in-depth things. So that's BlizzCon for you, everybody. You just got everything that you could have ever wanted.
There's your fill.
So if you were curious about our input on the announcements from BlizzCon, there you go. We told you. Now on. There's been something that was brought to my attention that you're really excited for and you want to talk to me about.
Oh man, see the thing is like I was so young when that game came out.
What game?
But MediEvil, man. That game was so good. It was good when it came out. I loved that game. Have you watched the release trailer?
Oh yeah, I watched it all.
It looks so good.
So I just want to preface this with saying this is actually a game that I haven't played that Juan has. Everybody,
I don't know how you've never played MediEvil. That just
it.
baffles me because
I've seen stuff about it and I remember it back in the day, but I just never played it.
It's so good. You like walk around as this gumpy little skeleton and you just beat the shit out of people with like different weapons. It's so good.
It's like
such a good game.
It's got like platforming and like just like kind of hack and slash sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Little puzzles and stuff like that.
Again, I was really young when I first played it, so I don't really remember too much of the actual gameplay, like the story. But right. I do remember the gameplay. Sorry, it was fun, dude. That's just a fun game. It really reminds me of like the Spyro remake that they're doing.
Oh yeah, yep. That's probably why they're doing it. They're doing so many remakes now. This is why I was talking about it earlier. Look at all these remakes that are coming out.
I'm so excited. Like they just did Crash Bandicoot not too long ago, and like now we're getting Spyro and MediEvil. Dude, these are all like those are the games I played in my childhood. So,
what is So like what this is a full remake, right? It's not just a remaster, I think.
No, they said a remake. It's from everything from the ground up.
That's gonna be dope. So like some things will probably be like a little bit different, but still exactly like the same, like the same sort of feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it started off that it was gonna be just a remaster, but it got upgraded to a full remake. They decided to just do a full remake for it. A lot of people are psyched for it. I've just seen a lot of people talking about it and think it's really going to be interesting.
I've never heard one negative thing about MediEvil.
That's so cool. Like, just talk to me for a minute, and just like let's just like talk about how all these older games are getting remade and stuff like that. And I remember when back in the day, these developers would never like even 10 years ago. The developers just refuse to do remakes of games. They refuse to remaster them. They refuse to remake them. They refuse to update anything on these games. And then I feel like in the last, 4 years?
Because there's a huge market in nostalgia, dude.
Exactly. But like it didn't make any sense why people weren't doing it. And I think it's because I think one of the reasons why it's starting to happen now is game developers are realizing that gamers are, for one, very nostalgic, yes. They're picky, yes. But their pickiness and their nostalgia can be exploited a little bit because there's game. It's more hard to try to make a whole new series and a whole new start to a game and or whatever than to just go back and be like, well, let's just remake. Even if we remade this from the ground up, we have our own basis, and if we're just faithful to it and do a decent job at it, they're going to love it because we know that they've already loved it because they loved it before. And like, obviously it won't work with every game because some games don't hold the same amount of flavor over time. Like they're certainly of their time, but like they're realizing now that we could start a whole new series and come up with whole new ideas out of all the millions of ideas that are out there. Like there's so many out there. Like, we could come up with something super unique, or just put a little effort into remaking a game that we know people liked, and they'll love it. And to be honest, I'm not even upset by it. I'll take it every day. Like, I don't think there's been like a necessarily really bad remake since they started doing this. There's been like some ones that aren't as good, but like it gets the games into the hands of the people, right?
Gets the people going.
It really gets the people going. Yeah, but I don't know. Super cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what other games they come forth with, like what else can happen.
Are you gonna get this game?
MediEvil?
Yeah.
Oh, hands down, yes.
It's only coming out for the PS4, right?
I didn't look at what it was being released on, but probably
PS4 only, I think.
It was on the original PlayStation, so I assume so.
It looks like it's gonna be released 2019, so this next year, for sure.
I can't wait. I love that game.
Yeah, I guess it has been rumored for a lot, like for quite a few years in speculation, and then finally it was just, yep, we're doing it.
That game and The Legacy of Kain are the two most, like, the two games that stick in my memory the most.
What if they did a remake for Legacy of Kain?
Nobody would hear from me for a month.
You'd be jerking off to the game disc.
I'd replay that game like 5 times.
Super cool, dude. I guess real quick then, let's just talk about that blurb. I was gonna bring up actually about old school RuneScape being released for the phones. What was it? A couple days ago? Yesterday?
Yeah.
Something like
Alex
that.
has actually been playing it pretty hard.
Has he?
Yeah.
I've been playing it before they announced, like, well, actually, right when they announced that, like, that it was a potential, I was like, oh, kind of like looking into it and playing it like here and there, like, oh, I remember this game, you know, like I love this. I played it not that long ago, just dabbling in it, and then I started like playing it, and then I like stopped, and then like I got reminded that the phone game was gonna come out like 2 months ago, I think. Like that they actually were announcing it, like for release date. So I started playing again, and I was playing on my computer, and I'm not afraid to admit it, I was botting at the time, and which is basically just like letting the game get played by me for a bot to do the tedious things for it. I used to do it in the past. That's the type of person I was a few years ago, and so I was like, hell, I'm just gonna do it. I already had this character. I then was proceeded to get banned for botting. So then I made a whole new character, and I said, I'm going to make this fresh and all my own hard work because I don't want to lose my progress again because that's annoying. So I've been playing it legitimately, and I've been having a good time. And then since they released the mobile, like I played it even a little bit before then because I was able to get like a little beta on my phone and play it from that. And I've been playing it on my PC just like not often, not super often, but just like watching YouTubers do PK stuff and like talk about things, and then PK is player killing for anybody that doesn't know, and then just like hopping on my phone a little bit and just like training up a couple of skills, and I got I don't know, a decent dude. It's pretty fun. Have you ever played the game, Juan?
RuneScape?
Yeah.
I like the original RuneScape. I played a little bit of. Again, it's not one of those games that I got like super into, but like I'm familiar with the game. Definitely.
Right. This is based off of the RuneScape from 2007. It's called Old School RuneScape, which is based off of the RuneScape that was like the final version of 2007 before they released the newer versions of RuneScape that started changing a lot of stuff. And yeah, it's been pretty fun. I enjoy doing it. It's not bad. If you like very tedious and just like kind of like hop on, do something real quick while you're doing something else, like AFK something, like you're watching a video and you just want to kind of look at your phone and play around a little bit, it's actually really fun. It's pretty interesting. So I recommend it to those that like that sort of stuff. I'm hoping it'll bring a lot more attention to the game. Actually, it has. It's brought a lot more attention to the game since it's been released, and a lot more people have been playing it. So it's cool. It's a really old game that I remember playing back in the day, and now a lot of people are playing it now, so super cool. Other than dope. So other than that, you got anything else that you want to say to the viewers, Juan? The listeners? I call them viewers. Man, what am I doing?
God,
I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. What are you saying?
I don't know now. I lost it.
You lost it? Okay, well, I guess that's it for this week's podcast. If you guys want to support our Patreon, it is... We don't have a Patreon. We don't get enough people to watch us to even bother wasting time setting that up. But yeah, if you liked it, like it, share it, lick it, smell it, bop it, twist it, flick it, sniff it.
Oh, God damn it, Cody.
Bye.
All right. I love you guys.